Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about The Mandalorian, Season 3, Episodes 7 and 8, aka when they remembered they had a plot. We see the return of Gus Fring, aka Moff Gideon, who is like, I want to kill the Mandalorians, but also now I have the armor. So my girl Katie Sackhoff is back, and she is kind of allied her and her former troop, who's now her troop again, with the Din's group, who this whole time I thought Din was his first name, or like his given name, but like it's his surname, so that's kind of interesting. But yeah, so all the Mandalorians are teaming up, and they're gonna kick Moff Gideon's ass. And I gotta say, the special effects in these two episodes look so much better than the rest of the season. Like, I feel like a lot of the season looks very cheaply made. Like the costumes look like they're from Party City or something. But these two episodes, they really step it up. So good on them. So Grogu's able to get inside the corpse of his dead friend, which is kind of fucked up, but nobody really talks about that. It's not like they. It's so weird. Like it reminded me of the exoskeleton scene from Aliens, except instead of being inside that like robotic suit, it's the dead remains of his friend. So that way, it's a little weird. Also, I think that Grogu's intelligence varies depending on what the situation calls for, because sometimes he's all like competent and he's a good fighter and stuff, and he's able to work that robot machine. But then other times he's like, goo goo gaga gaga goo goo gaga goo 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 gaga goo goo, So it's very inconsistent to me. It literally just changes depending on if it's a comedic scene or a dramatic scene. I don't know what they're doing here. So Din Djarin is capsured by Moff Gideon, but what's his name? Random side character we don't care about sacrifices himself to save the rest of them. So that was sweet. I still don't remember his name because he's not really that important. Uh, so Oh no, big sacrifice, I guess. Something else, I think the show should do more so to take more risks, because no main character dies. Like, if they do, they get brought back. But they really, like, there's really no risks to the show if nobody dies. Like, I think if I was doing the show, I would have killed at least, like, one of the following characters. Grief Karga, Bo-Katan, or the Mandalorian himself. I think that would be really shocking, and also so that like actions have consequences. You can't get a win every time. But no, no. The next episode did bring back IG-11 or whatever his name is, to so that nobody really dies. I mean, I guess it's a little different because he's a droid, but still, I think Star Wars has had this problem for a long time, where they don't really have risks anymore. The Return of the Jedi was made today. That beautiful scene where Yoda dies, from old age, but he still has hope that Luke could restore the galaxy. Uh, if Disney made that today, he'd just be like, "Oh, just kidding, I'm not dead," like they did with Chewbacca in that one scene in the sequels. But anyway, Grogu decides to be intelligent now, and he's able to help Din escape, and they'll fight Moff Gideon, and he like explodes just like he did in Breaking Bad. So I guess that's this actor really has a knack for that, I guess. But thankfully, Grogu was using his force field powers to save the main characters because, of course, none of the main characters could die. What would have been really shocking is if they killed Grogu. That would be that would be crazy, but no, that didn't happen. If you think about it, like for most of the season, does Grogu really need to be here? And the answer is no. Like except for this final episode, I feel like he doesn't really add much. It's just that they undid that beautiful finale of season two because they had to keep Grogu on the show because he sells toys and stuff. Which makes me think that there's some conflicts going on behind the scenes between the writers of the show and the uh, people in the marketing department or whatever it's called, like the heads of corporate whatever. But anyway, so yeah, Moff Gideon is defeated, and same with all those red stormtroopers from the sequels. And Mandalore is saved, and they're like, we're gonna start again, and I guess that's what season 4 is gonna be about. But of course, this is an episodic show, so I don't think Mando's gonna have a big part in that. He's just gonna go from mission to mission. I think that's probably one of the main problems with the show because they want to have both ways. For it's like they want to have a continuing storyline, but also have the standalone episodes, which didn't work for the doesn't work for this. It works for some shows like Doctor Who, but not this. It's because Doctor Who places more of an emphasis on those standalone episodes, and it's like mostly standalone with like a little bit of continuing. But this one tries to like have too much continuity while also being standalone. It just doesn't work. They end up half-assing both things. So yeah, the good guys win with like barely any consequences, and Moff Gideon's dead, but not really because like of course he's not gonna be dead. They haven't confirmed it, but he's like we saw like 10 closings of him. We're gonna get a whole Los Polos Hermanos army or something next season. I'd actually that'd actually be kind of funny if you just see like all of the Giancarlo Esposito characters from all those different shows. But yeah, so I think the last two episodes were definitely the best episodes of the season. They had some great like fight choreography. My favorite was probably when all the Mandalorians were jumping out of the ship. That looked really epic. But I think for the most part, it still plays things a little too safe, which I think is how I would describe the entire season. They don't really make any bold decisions. It's just kind of like what we've come to expect from the Mandalorian. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna give episode 7 a B plus and episode 8 a B. I still enjoyed them, but I think this episode could have been 4 episodes instead of 8 because literally half the episodes was filler, which is very strange because the episodes are only like a half an hour long. So I don't know how that happened. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys thought down below. Which Star Wars product are you excited about? Is it Ahsoka? Is it Mandalorian 4? Is it I don't know, the Ray movie? I'm I don't know what I'm excited for. I mean, hopefully Ahsoka's good. It probably won't. Anyway, please subscribe below if you're interested in any videos I'll be making. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until then, peace.